Welcome to On the Chain. The world is watching. What is going on, everybody? We're doing great. You know what's great? XRP, cash that check. Big news, cash that check. Man, crypto backed by US debt. Is that a reality? And you know what? There was an amazing Xpectar video that dropped. There's some real amazing community members that made the cut that got to be on that video. And I think we have a cut of that video. We get to play that tonight. A lot of other cool things that are going on in the space. And we're going to cover all that and just a little bit more.
A little more, Jeff. With some feeling and with a lot of love.
And some sprinkles on top.
A little sprinkling dust, little dust on top, a little magic dust on top, because XRP, I can't be sure, but I think it's magic. You ready to go?
It's magic. Remember, the world is watching.
Welcome to On the Chain.
And guys, you know the drill. You know what to do. You know the thing, which is comment where you guys are from. If it's on the rewatch, go ahead, drop it in the thing. We love to see where people. Every once in a while, somebody will surprise us with something. We'll be like, "Whoa, we didn't know we had someone watching from there." So that's always good. Shiba Inu,
like that. Shiba to the moon.
Come on, let's go. It's the killer, man. So yeah,
come on, Shiba. Delete those zeros.
I would like Shiba. I think everyone's holding a little bit of Shiba Inu. I mean, everyone's got something in there, right?
Man, Shiba gets to $1, and that's gonna be
some sweet magic, baby. And you know what? Never say never, because it could happen, man.
Could happen.
It could very well happen.
And
let's jump into this. Let's jump into some news, Jeff. Let's go into this. Let's jump in real quick.
Damn.
As I like to say, head first into the shallow end of the pool.
Head first into the shallow end.
Wake you right up, Jeff.
Let's go.
Look at this right here. So Jason Foster, and you know Jason Foster, don't you, Jeff? He is the founder and president of Empower. That's the guy that got all those FOIA requests, right? So he says a leak is an improper disclosure, but an SEC whistleblower who reasonably believed the emails were evidence of wrongdoing can make a protected disclosure confidentially to the proper authorities like Congress or the IG. Ideally, after seeking counsel, John Deaton weighed in on this and said, boom, this is what we need. So is this an advertisement for a whistle?
Good things to come.
Blower? Sounds like something's up, Jeff. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at what's going on here. It's very simple. You want to be a whistleblower? You just fill in your first name, last name, postal code, email, and the subject. And guess what happens? You reach out and boom, we find a whistleblower. So it's kind of like an advertisement for a whistle. Oh, Arkansas. All right, beautiful, man. See, like I said, Jeff, we have one fan in Arkansas as well. So that's all right.
That's it. The first.
That's worth something. So somebody somewhere. The world is watching. Darcy's out there in Ireland watching. No doubt with a pint of Guinness. Isn't that what you always think? If someone's in Ireland, Jeff, they've got to be two-fisting a Guinness with maybe some whiskey.
With a shot of Jameson.
With a shot of Jameson there.
Isn't that when
you do that?
It's awesome. Well, you can drop it in the, you do a half a pint of Guinness with a shot of whiskey, or you just get your pint of whiskey or your pint of whiskey and a shot of beer, or you get your pint of Guinness and get some Jameson on the side and sip the Jameson while you're drinking the Guinness. It's the greatest thing ever.
It's the greatest thing ever. Okay, so Jimmy Filan.
Waller's also in Ireland.
Look at that, man. Waller too. Look at that. Two. I wonder if they're close by each other. Probably not. So it's funny because, Jimmy Filan, we've relied on in this community to really bring us the latest of what's going on. Whatever drops on that docket, right? Something drops on the docket, Jimmy Filan on top of it, right? Boom, he throws it out on the Twitter sphere and everyone's consuming it, going through it. So what happens? He put out a pretty important update, Jeff, and here's what it is. XRP community scheduling update as of January 19th, but it's also the same as today. Everything is briefed. Now we wait patiently. So that's it. That's all. Savvy Granny's in here. Melbourne. All right. Melbourne, Australia. Savvy Granny. I'm telling you, man. She's beyond
Wait a
savvy.
Wait a minute. Darcy doesn't drink Guinness.
That's a shame. I wouldn't admit that out loud. I wouldn't even say that. That sounds preposterous, even. Jeff, that
is
can't be true.
preposterous.
How about
It is
Jameson? You
not
got to
true.
have Jameson, right? Jameson and ginger. Come on, right?
He's just saying that. He's just saying that.
A liar. That's a lie. It's a lie. It has to be a lie, Jeff. It cannot be real.
It has to be. It's not true.
I knew it wasn't true. I knew it wasn't true. And look at this. What do we have? We have a lot of John Deaton tweets because, man, he's always putting some good stuff out there.
Dude,
so we have this
Mr.
one.
K. I haven't seen Bullish Mr. K on for.
Dude, Bullish Mr. K is in the house. Of course.
Man.
Damn. Bullish Mr. K. I haven't seen you in a while. He's probably a lurker. He probably listens in the background, but he doesn't tell us.
Here you go, Chip. Guinness 00 with a shot.
Guinness 00 is fantastic, man. I got to tell you, it's really good. Been really enjoying Athletic. Athletic is brewed here in the U.S. and it's zero. It's a specialty brew and it's rain here. Ooh, rain with the old school call outs. Rain here. That was his calling when he had a YouTube channel. Unfortunately, his YouTube channel was so good that it got the yank because
Got crushed.
talked about good stuff, but sometimes you can't talk about that stuff, Jeff. You know.
All right, so what do we
yanked.
got, man? Do you want to talk?
We'll talk
We
right
can
here.
Get into some. You want to talk?
Charlie
Let's talk about some
Gasperino.
Charlie Gasperino.
He said, the more I delve into the SBX FTX implosion and how he met with the SEC, not once, but twice that we know about, it's not hard to realize the SEC really botched its regulatory agenda going after Ripple over unregistered XRP when serious issues of potential fraud always resided with exchanges. And of course, our neighborhood superhero, John Deaton, comes over the top of that and says, yeah, it's not just Ripple. The SEC sued LBRY, a small company in New Hampshire, is in another non-fraud case over the LBC token, which, Jeff, you and I have been accumulating because we've been on LBRY for at least 2 years now since we had Jeremy Kaufman, the CEO, on. And he's going to come on again. We just couldn't get the scheduling right, but we're going to bring him on here again.
We do need to bring him on. I think every one of our videos is over there, which isn't LBRY anymore. It's something else.
Yeah, I forget what they call it over there, but yeah, but we have LBC tokens too. And we got some cool news about that, what John's doing. Again, man, leading the charge, going head-to-head with the SEC. And then he said, there's Dragon Chain, whose Dragon token was governed by the Ethereum blockchain. And don't forget, Jeff, the big one, the big Poland from last year, 2022, the one that Gary, Nacho Daddy, Gensler, Kim Kardashian. That was the big one, Jeff, because, you got to go after the bad actors and you got to go after Kim Kardashian. And Kim Kardashian has $1 bazillion and she whatever. She she probably Zelda to him. She whatever.
You have to go after the big name. He wasn't getting anywhere, anyplace, so he goes after, finally, FTX comes to light, but he didn't really go after FTX because he was cozying up with FTX while he was going after Kim Kardashian.
And this is the best line of it all. Gary Gensler is an utter failure. It's kind of nice if you ask me, because he could have got pretty harsh with that. He's beyond an utter failure. He's a supernova failure. I mean, it's just bad on all accounts, Jeff. Just miserably and ugly and bad at the same time, man.
Chip, happy Australia Day.
Happy Australia Day. I did not know that. The King, thank you for coming in here, King. Really appreciate that.
Do not forget about that. Gary Gensler, CFO for the Hillary 2016 campaign.
No, the bag
that
man.
Worked out. You know how that worked out for him? That worked out so well, he became chair of the SEC.
It was a stepping stone, Jeff. So right here we got some good, some interesting news. So DeeMoney has been a Ripple partner since 2020. They've just partnered with Visa for global payments in Thailand, Jeff. Interesting.
Pretty sweet that they're partnering with Visa.
Yeah, so it's like
do?
They do cross-border payments.
DeeMoney. As long as it wasn't, yeah, that's very cool. Hey, you remember Mark Phillips?
Hell yeah.
That's it.
What's okay? Yeah, he's been on the show. Man, of course I remember him. He's been on the show. He just co-hosted like twice in December with me.
He did. So fortunately, you know, Mark was able to pull up this great article here, and it seems like sometimes some of the updates that are going on the ledger kind of slip through the crack. And this one, Chip, I think it's really a big deal for a couple different reasons. So what I'm going to do is let me just make sure I can open this up here in the right.
Open it up, Jeff.
Get this.
Come on.
I'm going to open it up here. I just want to make sure I get as many of these ads out of the way as possible. While we're doing that, let me open up in Brave, only because the Bitcoinist website is loaded with all sorts of ads that just kind of distract from
when they're like
only
flashing
intent.
and moving around and everything. It's always a pain.
So much stuff going on. It's hard to focus on it. You know, it's good to have the stock streamer, but here we go. All right. So less flash, more information. Still a little flash. All right. So this one is the XRP ledger amendment went live. And this one, it was a couple days ago. Somehow things like this kind of slipped through the cracks. So again, it was interesting for a couple different reasons. Number one, it happened without approval from Ripple, right? So there was no Ripple approval. They didn't control the XRPL. So they're not in control of XRP. They're not in control of the outcome of the XRPL. So I think that's interesting fact number one, because that's how it normally is. And that's always important to note, especially when they're trying to make these statements that somehow Ripple is still in control of the ledger and of XRP. So that's number one. The second one is this thing here called the Check Cash Makes Trust Line Amendment. It's going to be automatically activated on the XRP ledger. There was a majority of votes, so they had 27 out of 34 votes voted for it. So here, the amendment will adjust the checks feature of the XRPL that's been available for 2 years. It works similarly to personal checks. The sender issues a check for a specified amount, while the recipient must redeem the check to receive a specified amount. So what's great about this, it creates an automatic trust line, right? So you have a specific amount, but you have to actually cash the check to receive the amount there. And I like that intermediary factor when we're dealing with moving money, right? So typically, right, if you send it to an address, the money's no longer yours, it belongs to someone else. If you send a check, then that money still resides in that, you know, kind of a quote unquote third party environment until the check is cashed. Then the money comes out.
Did you just say until the check is cashed?
Until the check is cashed.
Until the check is cashed, see? Oh, is that how it works? Okay. So
here, the new change customizes the check cash transaction so that when a check is cashed for an issued token, a trust line is automatically created for the token. This eliminates the step of setting up a trust line before receiving a token via check. I love the idea of trust lines, but again, there's so much that's going on behind the scenes. If we're not really focused in and paying attention to amendments that are being added, some of the features that are already existing on the ledger that don't get a lot of sunlight. All right. So we're not talking about them, similar to the notion that there's an exchange built into the ledger to allow for seamless transaction, but that doesn't get a lot of sunlight, either. There's not a lot of conversation that goes into all the different features that are inherently built into the XRPL that help facilitate movement of money. If we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin's initial premise was, you're going to have Bitcoin, you're going to get rid of the banks. Well, no, it doesn't really work that way when it's slow and expensive to move. Even when you build the Lightning the Lightning network and all these other features, the best way to move Bitcoin is through SpendTheBits across the XRPL. So Bitcoin has its focus, right? Store of value chip. XRPL is one of the best solutions since it has so much going on for it within the XRPL. It's astonishing. Not to say that there aren't other great solutions out there like Hedera and others that really help facilitate money movement fast. Right. But the XRPL is unique in the space, Chip. That's the point.
Yeah, well, Jeff, you just reminded me of a tweet I saw. It wasn't in our keep, but I thought this is really interesting because when we talk about SpendTheBits, actually the best way, those guys, I think they had like don't quote me on it, but over $100 million investment in the Lightning Network, complete and utter garbage. And probably the way it's peer-to-peer could have some other issues as well. But Jay from SpendTheBits, who we had on our early days as a guest on the chain, says, greetings, XRPL community from Canada. We're happy to announce that we're now onboarding merchants for the initial pilot to accept real-time Bitcoin payments. If you're a business owner in Canada, please reach out to us at Hello Spend the Bits to get started. XRPL #BTC. So Jeff, imagine that you're a merchant and now you can just plug in and say, oh, do you take Bitcoin? Oh, yes, we do. And it's real time. 4 to 5 seconds because they're leveraging that XRPL. So what's the best way to send Bitcoin? And it's funny because I always talk to my Bitcoin maxi buddy. I sent him this tweet. Crickets, Jeff. Nothing. I heard nothing from him. I sent it to him and I'm like, dude, you see that? He goes, I saw it. I go, don't you think that's pretty cool? He's like, I don't know. Yeah. So it's like the Bitcoiners cannot handle that the best way to actually move Bitcoin is the XRPL. Of course, funny thing was I saw that John Deaton tweeted, commented, he said, to me, this is one of the best examples of crypto utility. The Lightning Network is not the only or the best option for spending your Bitcoin. I don't even think it's any option, Jeff. I would rather forego the Lightning Network and just get it regular. So what's up? Very easy hydroponics.
I like it regular. Get a regular chip.
I like it regular. That's what I like. So I thought that was a pretty good one too. And Tom Emmer, man. Tom Emmer is now the whip for the red team in the House of Representatives in Congress. That's the lower house. So we have here, put out this cool tweet. Crypto is here to stay. I will keep advocating for policies that advance crypto innovation and adoption in the United States because crypto is more than a financial investment. It's about restoring liberty and choice to individuals. Can I get a wahoo on that, Jeff? I mean, this is amazing. So that couldn't have been said any more succinctly. It's about restoring liberty and choice to individuals, right? Keeping it free, keeping it available. And again, that's what it really spells. And that's the threat that decentralization is. Freedom. Decentralization is freedom, Jeff. And this is why a lot of these, I don't even call them so-called governments, where people in the government, they're so like, on one side, they're like, yeah, I mean, we'll do a digital this. Okay, but that's not cryptocurrency and it's not decentralized. Oh, and it may be private. So you're kind of, thank you. Yeah, we're missing all of it right there. I want a wahoo. Can I get a wahoo, Jeff? It's about liberty. Knew it. Yeah. So he put this out right here. And this was a really, obviously we can't get in this whole article, but this was a fantastic, just a really it's a long interview with Tom Emmer. What was Gary Gensler really doing? Rep Tom Emmer on FTX. He's seeing what's next for crypto in Congress.
What was he doing?
Otherwise known as the Crypto King. Now, Jeff, have you heard this reference to him? Do we know that that's the Crypto King right there? I like
Tom Emmer has become the Crypto King.
That's what it says. Otherwise known as the Crypto King in Congress. Blames over centralization.
And he's making it.
Old-fashioned fraud for FTX's collapse, not crypto. And he's right. It was a centralized blunder, right? Over centralization. I love how he puts that in there. He says, as federal legislators can consider new crypto legislation, can he persuade his colleagues of the same? Well, they formed this committee. There was something in here that I thought was pretty good. Look at how long this is, Jeff. We can't go through this whole thing. It's incredible. So I will say this, and there's Warren Davidson, another stalwart right there in the House of Representatives. By the way, Jeff, both of them were on the chain, which is incredible to think about. But look at this article. Amazing. Yeah, it's nice when not that I'm not a fan of Coindesk, but it's nice when they do a really good investigative reporting where they kind of just slice, and a really nice interview too. Well done. I don't know who the author was in this, but I'd like to give them some kudos. I thought they did an amazing job. Jeff Wilsner. Great job, Jeff.
Great job, Jeff.
Enjoyed reading this a lot.
Chip Legendary wants to know if anyone has ever been to Wahoo, Nebraska. And at that queue, Brett King, our one listener from Nebraska, shows up late.
Okay.
But shows up.
But he shows up. And if you're the only one from Nebraska, we're going to cut you some slack, man. As long as you make it, we're pretty happy to have you in the house here. So, Jeff, I don't know if you know who Brit Hume is. He's like a windbag. He's past his prime. I was never much of a Brit Hume fan.
Nope.
But I must say, so he tweeted out this article from the Wall Street Journal here. The SEC, there was an opinion piece. We probably can't even get to it because it's going to be probably locked down. That's it. Yeah, of course. So the SEC seeks to supplant the market. Its mandate doesn't include telling CEOs how to run their companies, investors how to invest. This is by Phil Graham and Hester Peirce. Again, another fantastic article that's super long that we won't get into. So Brit Hume tweeted this little bit out here. He said, quote, the SEC not only has expanded its regulatory reach far beyond its legal authority, it has morphed from an umpire objectively enforcing the rule of law to an economic policymaker dictating how the economy will operate. And that's completely well said there. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Jeez, Jeff, where's the energy, man? Bring the energy, man. Bring the energy.
Agree.
Well, hang on a second. So Bill Huizenga, also in the House of Representatives, also on the red team, he says, as the Financial Committee Oversight Chair, SEC oversight will be central to my agenda. So Bill Huizenga is running the Financial Oversight Committee. Man, is that good news? What a difference 2023 has become already.
Dude, it's amazing. I mean, we're, just a couple weeks in and things are looking up. 2023 is going to be by far the best year we've seen in a long time, at least in the past 2 years have been a catastrophe. The next 2 are going to be phenomenal. 2023, starting out with this amazing Congress with amazing energy already for the crypto space. And it's exciting to see the new chairs of these different committees and Gary Gensler really, being shown for who he is.
Well, he says right here, he says, no longer can Gary Gensler hide behind the blue team allies. The red team is going to hold him accountable for his expansive regulatory overreach. Jeff.
You mean this
overreach? Gosh, are we so tired of seeing him, Jeff? It's like the one person that, you ordinarily wouldn't recognize. I mean, if you go back, like who was the SEC chair before Gary Gensler? It's like, oh, who was the SEC chair before that? Oh, but when it punches you in the wallet, Jeff, I mean, you kind of care a little bit.
Punches you in the family jewels.
Kind of care, see.
So you know how much you love the office hours?
Yeah, I was just talking about how much I love it earlier today. No, I don't know that, Jeff. Does he have a new office hours?
He has a new one.
There's
Check
no
it out.
sound.
In December, the commission proposed a new standard of best execution, best acts for short. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does it mean?
What?
The music in the open.
Best acts might sound like you're best friends with your ex. Actually, a central obligation for brokers, simply to seek best execution when you, their customers, are trading securities like equities, fixed income, options, or even crypto securities.
Oh, no.
What the F is he talking? What?
What is
so
he
now he's
going on
making
about?
shit up again. Dude, he's making shit up. This is insane.
Like cryptocurrencies. I was waiting for it, Jeff. And by the way, what is that?
Crypto security tokens. What's a What's a crypto security token?
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing. It's made up.
He's got mad cow disease or something. There's something wrong with him.
This is a crypto security token over here. See how it's kind of cryptic and it's a token.
I don't know what that is. It's like a horrible icon. Like, I mean, this is like clip art from like it's like all of Bitmap. I mean, I understand Bitcoin, but my God, Jeff, what is he talking about there?
Look at it. Hey, hang on. Wait, up. There we go. Look, I think a best execution standard is far too important. Why?
Far too important. Too central to protect investors.
Which investors?
And the SEC's mandate not to have it on the books of the commission as well. Our proposal makes important enhancements regarding brokers' core duty to everyday investors. Say you use a broker through a brokerage app that receives payment for order flow from an off-exchange wholesaler operating in the dark market.
Yeah, because that's so prevalent. By the
that happens all the time.
I was just saying, like, so apps, all this stuff that's regulated is operating out of a dark market now. So he's like trying to basically say everything on your phone is operating in a dark market, Jeff.
And what is this light over here? With the is that meant to be the representation? Are these deer in the brokerage app? Those are deer.
I don't know what he's going on about,
like,
Jeff.
That presents a conflict of interest.
Oh, does
This
it?
raises a question about how brokers handle their best execution obligation in light of those conflicts that may lead them to place their own interest ahead of your interest.
How
Does
about
that
Bill
sound
Hinman? Is that
familiar?
a conflict of interest?
The SEC interests?
He must
How
script
about
this
Gary
himself.
Gensler's interests?
Yeah, Gary Gensler's own pop.
That
You know,
finger
interest.
point.
Yeah, the pointing and it's just who scripts this stuff? This is complete garbage. Like, what's the point of this
How
video,
is
Jeff?
Proposed
I don't
regulation
know.
of best
Trying to figure
acts.
out. He's so like grandfathery. So like to talk down to children. He's got the axe hands.
You know what he needs is two like bolts coming out of the side of his head. Like he could be like a Frankenstein. Protect investors.
Oh my god.
Crypto
So,
securities.
best
It's crazy,
X.
Jeff.
Best X.
Address
They make
such
this shit up.
conflicts. Under the proposal,
It's
so-called
completely made up.
introducing brokers, those are the ones who take
Oh
your
my gosh.
orders and send it off to executing brokers, often
Broker from the
off
1940s.
exchange wholesalers in the dark market.
That's why they use airplanes,
the
paper airplanes.
introducing broker would have certain additional best execution requirements. Look, that broker is who
like
you
ESG.
hired, and they would remain on the hook rather than kind of outsourcing.
Outsourcing.
How many takes? He probably spent 3 days trying to get this right because he can't read the teleprompter, Jeff. This is, dude. I don't even know what this video is
Here's the
about.
dark
Somebody
market.
talking about
What is
this video
what's
is
a
about.
broker in the dark market? I don't understand. How many brokers are in the dark market? Is
There's
that when
not
you
any-
go?
Is that a problem?
I don't know if you're maybe in Venezuela and you go to the black market to buy dollars.
Market. What
Was
the
that
hell is he
what the
talking
dark
about?
market is? Like, what-
Execution obligation to the executing broker in the dark
In the dark
market.
market. Is
Further,
he in the
your
dark market?
broker would have to review the execution quality it actually gets from
People
the
love this
wholesaler.
Man, this is like
Makes sense.
snooze-a-thon.
In particular,
It's brutal, isn't it? It's
Brutal.
just the
I,
way
don't,
he
I
talks.
still don't even know. The poor person that had to animate this thing's like, oh, for F's sake, Gary Gensler. Jesus, really?
He got an F. Is there an F? Did I see an what are these?
Horrendous.
Ooh.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know. And then it just kind of goes on and on. Those are the besties. Here we go. Look at this. Oh, look here.
from your feedback, we're accepting comments through the end of March.
And then
Best
that's it.
X
Because then he's
might
getting
just
fired.
turn out to be investors' new bestie.
Dude.
You know, when he's trying to use like language that like was popular
Right.
like 20 years ago, like bestie. Come on, really, Gary Gensler? This guy's a clown.
This guy's a broker. He's making
He's a
everyone
clown show.
broker than what they were.
Look at
He wants
this
to make
breaking
everyone-
news, Jeff from K-HUD. Thank you for the support. He says, funny thought, 2 Live Crew comes out with F the SEC. That would be a good comeback, don't you think?
It would be a good comeback.
I
Some
mean, it
call it a
probably would be
comeback.
2 Live Crew. It'd probably be somebody else. It wouldn't be that. It would probably be I would probably venture out to be probably be NWA. They did that song
Oh, that would be
F
good.
the Police, so NWA would probably do F. Why don't they just say instead of F the Po, why don't they say F the SEC? That would be even better if they like put that in there. GG, no,
That's
that's not a Boston accent. Not a Boston accent.
He's from,
About
but
from
he's from
street kids down
MIT.
there. MIT. He does an MIT thing. Well, he spent some time in Boston. He's clearly a New Yorker. All right, Jeff, let's take a look at this before we jump. Let's go right here. Check this out.
A paper bag. All right.
Eleanor Terret said, SEC Commissioner Hester gave the following speech on Friday night at Duke University in which she described lessons learned from crypto in 2022. I wonder if it's similar to the lessons we learned from Dumbo Gary Gensler and how regulators should approach policy in 2023. These were the highlights, Jeff. The SEC approach to regulating crypto looks somewhat like a decidedly unromantic version of CompuDate from the old TV show. We tell people to come down to the office, talk to us about their projects, plug the information they give us into our proprietary security identifying algorithms, then bam, send them home with a court date. Here's your Wells notice. Good luck. And this is exactly what happened to LBRY. After all, If we continue with our regulation by enforcement approach at our current pace, we would approach 400 years before we got through the tokens that are allegedly securities. That was some good stuff.
Well, that's a good one. 2 years so far going after Ripple, singling out XRP. 2 years. LBRY, they finished that case. How many years did it take with LBRY?
I think it was like 3 or 4 years. He said that he's been talking to him. They like, hey, we think we're doing the right thing. We're going to go down. What Jeremy Kaufman said, we're going to go down. We're going to talk to him, and then bam, Wells notice. We're suing you. So this is the whole thing. It's like, it's just a scam, and there's no clear if Gary Gensler himself has been recorded saying there's no clear legislation, or Congress go, create the legislation, then guess what? There's no what are you going after? Based on what? You're hoping a judge is going to trip up? What was he born in the year of the rooster? Was that true? He was born in the year of the rooster?
Oh, it's the year of the rabbit now.
I know, but if he's born in the year of the rooster, by the way, I'm the year of the dragon, Jeff, in case anyone's asking.
Sweet.
What are you? The year of the chipmunk?
Year of the squirrel?
Yeah, the squirrel. Year of the squirrel. No, I thought Gary Gensler was born in the year of the clown show. So there you go. There you have it, Jeff. I think it might be a good idea to debut, if you guys haven't seen it, but
Year of the pig.
You were born in the year of the pig?
Yep.
Oink, oink.
Year of the pig.
Yeah, I think the year of the dragon's pretty badass.
Year of the dragon is badass.
Badass, Jeff.
Man, how did I get year of the pig? And I could have been.
Well, you could have been the year of the rooster, Jeff, and that would have been horrible.
But 1 year later, it was year of the rat. So
I think the rat's kind of cool too. You could be like, rats are pretty badass. I like badass rats. I don't think I got to say, out of all the creatures, Jeff, I don't think there's anything more badass than Yetis, because
Yetis are badass.
The fact is they're just, I mean, they're kind of mythical, and, they live up in the Himalayas and just crush stuff, man. They're awesome.
And all sorts of year of the
All
dragons.
right. Boom.
Got year of the dragons rolling around all over here.
Brother and sister from another mother. There you go, right there. There you go. Year of the dragon. See
tiger.
That? K-Hud's the tiger. K-Hud, it makes sense being a tiger. I think that's a good one.
Hans Loaded is a goat.
The greatest of all time. That's what that is.
That's right. And Darfell is a gremlin. Year of the gremlin.
There's no year of the gremlin. Come on now.
What were the things before gremlins? What were they
called?
Waller
is also year of the dragon. Good to see that. Look at that right there.
Year of the snake.
The year of the snake. Michael Murphy.
Pretty badass too. Snake.
Badass.
Not quite as badass as a Yeti, but year of the snake is pretty badass.
Yeah, but you might find a badass squirrel once in a while. The squirrels that live in my my yard, I love them to death. They're great.
That's what it was. The Mogwai. The Mogwai was the thing that before the gremlin.
Yeah, the Mogwai is the one that don't feed them, don't get them wet, and then boom, they turned into cute little creatures, and then they went a little bit badass. So yeah, haha, old school. Right. Rain here. What's up, Rain? It's cool that he still calls you Hodl from the old days. That's how you know the Rain
back
here
in
is
the
an
day.
OG. So guys, today you guys know one of the coolest projects on I think anywhere. I don't even call having to do with XRPL but the coolest NFT project anywhere is Xpectar. We've had Dirk on here twice, XRPP as well. And guys, we have a video for you. And what's cool about the video is that there are some appearances, although quick, by some XRP community members. So why don't we listen in, take a look. This is a 5-minute video. You guys need a second to get a drink, maybe some popcorn while we can do this. Jeff and I are going to go off screen so we can maximize it for you guys.
Maximize the screen real estate.
That's right, Jeff. The real estate. Isn't it funny we call
for the
it real estate?
Xpectar. For the Xpectar.
Jeff, do you got that? Do you have that drum roll? Can we preface this with the drum roll?
I do have a drum roll. I have a couple really cool drum rolls.
And now, coming to you live.
Oh wait,
the Xpectar in a world full of people. No. That's Agent. Are you ready to go, Jeff?
Drum roll, please. I already played it.
Here we go. Xpectar. Let's watch it. We'll watch the whole thing, guys, and we'll come back to comment. comes Xpectar. Bam.
Was great.
Ist alleine gekommen.
Und das auch noch ohne Waffen. Lass uns spielen! Jetzt reicht's!
We've been through so much together, my friend. But this time I have to go it alone. I'm going after Kruger myself. Don't come after me. He's planning something big, I know he is. And I have to be the one to stop him, Goosens.
End of recording. Goosens, do you want to activate all remaining agents?
I'm Agent Goosens. People used to call me the Merciless. I led Xpectar Agents for 30 years. We have put an end to all the wars that have come our way. Although then we were all united, this is no longer the case today. Kruger is becoming too powerful, and we're all fighting our own battles. What should I do?
An agent is using the emergency call.
Get the call cuts.
Goosens, they captured me, but I broke free. We have to warn everyone. I've seen their plans. It's bigger than we thought. He's got an army behind him, Goosens.
Agent 9! Come on!
Goosens, do you want to activate all remaining agents?
Yes.
Activating all the remaining global agents.
Agent Chip.
Agent Jim.
Ready.
Agent Mason. Checking in. Agent Huizenga. Reporting for duty.
Agent Carlos. Agent Duces. Agent XRP. Reporting for duty. What do you need?
Report for duty. Ready for the mission, guys.
Agent Goosens, this is Agent Relentless. How can I help?
We must stop Kruger and save Agent 9. No matter what, we must unite again.
Agent Airy is in. Gambarimashou.
Agents, are you with me?
All right. How about that
Dude.
right there? Debuted right here.
That was very cool.
That was very cool. So we were very honored to have been asked to be in this by Dirk Schleppens. I can't pronounce his last name, but Dirk, who is the founder and runs that. So in case you guys missed it, here we are right there. Yeah, there we are. There we are, Jeff.
There we go.
Badass agents right there, man. We made it. Agents Chip and Jeff right there, man.
That was awesome.
Did that again.
That was awesome.
Agent Chip.
Agent Jeff.
Ready.
Anyway, that was a lot of fun, man. I really like that.
That was great.
K Hud said it was beautiful. Haha, the ending was spectacular. Good job, guys. Holy schlitz. Game. Yeah, well, it's going to be a metaverse as well. So if you guys don't know it, go follow Xpectar. But the Xpectar agents are insane. They are just phenomenal. It's the best project that we out there, bar none, right? So is it real?
Divas incoming.
Where are the divas, man? It's real. Yo, 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 yo.
That's
yo,
funny.
What's up, Jeff? Glenn Miller. Sound like a band guy. Glenn Miller band. You both looked badass. Yeah, we played it up pretty well, man. I had my bucket hat on, Jeff. And you had your cool thing. We played it up pretty well. Yeah. And it's only what, 3 seconds?
That's all it was. Oscar, did you guys change clothes, or is this what you always wear after the show ends?
Maybe. I'm not going to say.
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah, it was really well done, really high quality. All the stuff they produce is really good. I mean, and the metaverse is going to be fantastic as well. So really looking.
Yeah.
And did you know that first agent one? That was XRPP. Did you recognize the voice?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was so really good. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to go ahead. He wrote it as well. If you look at the opening credits here, he had actually written it, directed. Let's see, there it is, right there. Screenwriter XRPP. So it's his story.
XRPP. Nice.
So he put it together. Yeah, I thought the acting, the sets were so. There you go, right there. That's the Xpectar City, which is going to be a metaverse and one of the largest projects taken on. You can actually see in that blimp or whatever it is, you can actually see the agent's artwork kind of flying by. Of course, the whiskey was a nice little touch as well.
Whiskey's a good touch. Is that XRPP?
Yeah, that's XRPP. The at least the voices. I don't know if
the other one.
Yeah, right there. Yeah,
that's him right there. Yeah.
Well, the voices, you can hear the voice.
I recognize him.
Alone. I'm going after Kruger myself. Don't come after me.
So yeah, just really well done. I'm gonna go to pull up some of this for people that haven't actually seen it. I don't know how not, but here you go. There's like a.
It's really sweet.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was sharing my screen, but no. Jeff. But no. Let me go here. So if you go to their website, guys, you can go out there, get yourself an Xpectar agent. But there's that's what Xpectar agent looks like. Very realistic. Of course,
Xpectar agent.
They're not real people. It's not based on real people, but they're designed. So there's another one right there. And then they have the metaverse as well, which is loading. But it's a very ambitious project for sure.
Savvy Granny is saying, very groovy. This tech fascinates me. You guys are so lucky we had nothing like this when I was a young person. No, we had nothing like it
when I was a
either.
young person like either, so I can tell you that.
You know, we had bikes.
Pretty much, we had bikes and a lot of in daylight
board games, daylight board games.
It's a badass website, though.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. Super duper.
It's really, really cool.
Incredible,
dude. So on a side note, to drop down into reality, our favorite country is creating. Actually, there were a couple of news that rolled out. So we've got Brazil and another country over there working on a digital currency, but we've got our buddies over there in this part of the world surrounded by this big red line. China-backed. So you have a China-backed blockchain project that is proposing to be a SWIFT alternative for stablecoins and CBDCs. So interesting that the timing right now seems to show digital currency rising rapidly, right? The conversation whether or not crypto or centralized digital asset currencies run by central banks and government, at the same time that the U.S. government is still trying everything they can to slow down the disruption of crypto. So while this is happening, we have a China state-backed blockchain service launching this brand new project. And what do they want to do? They want to unseat SWIFT, and they want to become players in the global movement of money, of all money. Here, obviously, both Russia and China have sought greater autonomy from SWIFT. So we know that Russia's had a system since 2014. Beijing has had their system since 2015. Both of them relatively non-impactful, Chip. But obviously, we saw the rollout of the digital yuan. All these things happening, I find the timing to be very interesting. Thoughts, Chip?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. That's fine. That's basically what I have to say about it. But I wanted to put some the Xpectar agents up here so you guys can see. I went ahead and dropped it in the chat there. But this is if you go to xrp.cafe, one of the places you can buy it. So I mean, for $294, you get yourself. You know, it depends really on the rarity of it, but you know, you can see what's available here. And then they go all the way up to, let's see, they start getting more expensive as they get more rare. So 1400 XRP, 1800 XRP, 2500 XRP. Just keeps going, 3000 XRP. But you know, you can get one for 333 right now. And what's happening is in the secondary market, they're going up pretty high too. 5000 XRP, man.
5000 XRP, what happened?
8888. So there you go. I'm trying to see what the most expensive one is here. 100,000 XRP. And yeah. What happened there?
What's the rarest one? And how much is it?
No, what there's the prices. Yeah, so it looks like there you go. Agent 11.
Wow.
800.
What are the ones below that?
That's I don't know. They don't have a
well, these are cheaper ones. Look, best offer 2 XRP.
Oh, these must be on auction. That's what I'm thinking.
Wow.
That's a mega offer. Yeah, so you know, you might get lucky. You might just actually
Glenn said get them while XRP is cheap.
Right.
Think about that.
That's a good point.
Give it a couple more months, the case ends, market starts correcting across the board, get some bull market excitement, and then all of a sudden all digital assets start skyrocketing, and man, those NFTs are going to be super expensive soon.
They're going to be super expensive. They'll be like the the Bored Apes, Bored Ape Yup Club, Yup Club. So what do you want to go into? You want to do some more? I think this is important right here. Let's jump into this right
We have
here.
another video someplace. I don't know where it went.
You had another video?
I thought there was another video in here. I'm looking for it.
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing another video, but
we talked about Emmer. We talked about Huizenga. We talked about the XRPL. Talked about DeeMoney. Talked about. We didn't talk about this one.
I'm gonna pull up the John Deaton ones here. Are we talking about
pull
Hugo?
up the John Deaton. No, pull up the Deaton ones because that's a little more on point. Then we can talk a little bit about Flare.
All right, that sounds good.
Because it's a topic of conversation. Everybody seems to still be talking about Flare.
They seem to be talking about
Flare. They seem to be talking about Flare.
They seems to be important, Jeff. Everyone's sort of having a conversation about it. So this right here is probably monumental right here. So LBRY tweeted this out right here. The LBRY LBRY. LBRY's final hearing is on January 30th, and it's open to the public, Jeff. So if the SEC gets their way with the hearing, the secondary sales, those are user sales of most cryptocurrencies, would be illegal. So that was, there's Jeremy.
Let that sink in for a second. Let that sink in.
That's messed up, Jeff.
You know, if the SEC gets their way, just like, and you know, we saw what Gary Gensler, you know, how he wants to rephrase the terminology to the crypto security tokens, which he's inventing things all on his own.
Making it up, Jeff.
Just making it up. And so if the SEC had their way, they'd make life very, very difficult.
So John Deaton said an incredibly important hearing for all of crypto. I filed an appearance and an amicus brief on behalf of Naomi Brockwell. We're asking the judge to clarify that the LBC token itself is not a security and to explicitly state that his ruling does not include secondary market transactions. So here is John Deaton, you know, on the behalf of Naomi Brockwell, and she is somebody that's a content creator on LBRY, and she had no clue that there is any value. She's a tech journalist. There she is. And I was trying to see if we could find her. I don't know if we can find her or not. And this right here, I love this by LBRY. This is been one of the best Twitter accounts to follow. But it says, if you're in the crypto space and you're facing action from the SEC, we want to help. We'll give you as much information as help as we can about how the SEC behaves privately and confidentially. Message us on Signal, and he puts the number 352-234-4746. We're stronger together. Look at that. 104,000 people saw that message, Jeff.
That's big.
It's incredible, right?
That's really big, man. Things are moving. You know, I mean, a month ago, Gary Gensler had a whole bunch of buddies sitting in Congress.
That's true. Not so much anymore.
Not so much. And he's lost all of his lost all of his big supporters that were chairing specific committees that he needed. And all those chair seats seem to have dwindled away.
Yeah,
so now Gary's facing a completely new reality that I don't think he's liking very much, especially when he gets lumped in with FTX. But yet, you know, the guy, he's like a caged animal, right? And a caged animal can be super dangerous. And so Gary's like a caged animal, you know, trying to deal with, you know, the things that he could potentially do with the SEC or with the SEC against, like with this LBRY case. But I think he's a caged animal that's becoming declawed and defanged.
Yeah, he doesn't have quite the bite that he thought. And you know what? He's kind of lost his capital. He spent his capital, and it's even run out on the blue team. I don't think the blue team wants to get behind it. It's not like they're like rushing the microphones to support this guy. Have you seen anybody coming out, Jeff, talking about this guy? No.
Not one person. Nobody's coming to his defense. No one's coming in and saying, "Hey, yeah, you know what? The guy's right. Spot on. Let's support what this guy has to say."
Yeah, let's go with so let's go to Hugo Philion. Hugo is the founder of Flare. He said, you know, shortly before the airdrop, Bitrue opened deposits for Flare and switched their IOU market to enable the trading of freshly deposited Flare, thereby creating a market for real non-IOU Flare. And then he went on to say that there was a payment to a custody provider of a combination of custody fees and grant. Custody provider sold 2,264,693 Flare in the Bitrue market prior to the airdrop. We had assurances that markets would open prior to the airdrop. It was my mistake to send payments out prior to the airdrop. So I do like that there's some accountability here because, you know, it's like when things go wrong, it all goes wrong. And the fact that he gave the payments out prior when he knew, you know, at least he didn't think the markets would be open. So he was hoping to maybe make sure that they got theirs first because there weren't any rewards for November, December. But this is interesting because this includes a really good friend of the show, OZCrypto, and who's also a content creator in the space. So he says, whilst, and this, Jeff, you guys love this English, whilst I find the hyperbole and invective and the delivery unnecessary, OZCrypto is doing an important job for the ecosystem. This kind of scrutiny needs to be constant presence in the ecosystem. You know, Jeff, we put a couple of his tweets up there. He was the one that broke the news on the payment, the Fitzo providers getting the payment and then doing a dump, right? So, but then that was this day on the 23rd. The very next day, OZCrypto tweets, so let's be transparent, Hugo Philion. Yesterday, you applauded my work. What did I miss? Well, he got blocked the very next day. So he went from hero to zero, at least in Hugo's eyes. He was saying, he's supporting him, saying he was doing something very important for the community. And then, whoa, not so important. So if we go to OZCrypto here, go give him a follow on Twitter. Should I put in the work to continue releasing dumps of information, including wallets that suggest bad actors or collusion on Songbird and Flare? What should we answer, Jeff? Yes or no on this one?
Let's see. I would say, do you want him to put work into continue releasing dumps information, including wallets that suggest bad? Well, of course. Of course, we want to know about wallets that have bad actors.
Well, there it is. 75% say yes, 25%
That's what he's meant to do.
Say no. I've been blocking anyone who chose to attack individuals instead of discussing or refuting the facts. Call it Twitter hygiene.
Oz really put himself out there in this one.
I was just like, he volunteered for the firing squad, right? Not the guys with the guns, okay? It's like, you know. Like
although they did release a video with Oz talking about Flare, but at this point he has no Songbird, no Flare, and that's it. But then they're coming after him. I don't understand why, you know, he asked some questions, and this all goes back to the airdrop, right? This is all relevant to the airdrop, and look at how, you know, just devastating this has been, you know, for the community. And granted, Flare is going to keep building, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, you know, when their smart contracts are rolling out and everything, are people going to look back and still people might still remember this, you know? I mean, I don't know, you know. Well, you get the free airdrop. That's it. Just there was just so much hype built around this thing. I'm still, you know, trying to interpret all the hype and everything that happened. I really think it's
that's why I put out this public service announcement. The first rule of Crypto Club,
you know, I keep your crypto on exchanges.
Yeah. That's the second rule of Crypto Club is?
You don't keep them on exchanges.
That's it. Public.
What about Celsius?
Save yourself the heartbreak now. They all get hacked if you have insurance.
That was when did you post that? That was a long time ago.
That wasn't the one I was looking for. That's what was making me mad. I couldn't find the one because apparently I posted. Oh, here he is right here.
You had one about airdrops.
There it is. This is the second public service announcement. Rule of 1 of Crypto Club, never do an airdrop. Second rule of Crypto Club, never do an airdrop, Jeff, because they rarely work out. Inevitably, someone is angry, mad, or disappointed. Pro tip, focus on the utility of the project, embrace it, and help it grow. And there you have it.
Or if you do the airdrop, just end it. That's it. Just put the airdrop, no engagement. That's it. You got free money. You got free assets. It could be now, it could be for whatever, and that's it. That's how we've decided to do it, and so be it, you know. I still want to dig in and really, you know, so now there's some concern as to whether or not Flare is a legit project because of all of this, right? And correct me if I'm wrong, but Flare building the smart contracts and everything that they're working on is more of an enterprise level solution and not so it's not so much as a direct to retail solution.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong about that. But I see we both found the video because we both did. We can't play the audio though.
Oh, we both have the video. Go up and put it up.
We can't play the audio because it will get hit for it's basically the final countdown. Final countdown.
So you can sing it while it's going.
Yeah, there you go. So that's kind of what it is. So
what happens if you sing the final countdown and you actually played it? Let's say you played it on a guitar or something.
So we see the giant snowball rolling down the hill from one of the Riddlers, and as it takes steam there. You see a soundboard. You see a giant crowd. You see some dude, some DJ dude, and oh my gosh, it's David Schwartz.
You haven't played it.
Oh, why is it not?
Start all over again.
Oh,
you didn't
man.
add it to the thing.
You didn't tell me that, Jeff. Let's do it here. Giant snowball rolling down the hill. Let's try this again. Giant snowball rolling down the hill. I wish I could play the audio, but I can't.
We could sing the song.
Crowd. You see David Schwartz behind there. With the cool David Schwartz glasses. Out of the floor pops a dude with the leather jacket on with some cool XRP patches on there. Gets his feet going. He's got F the SEC on the back, and it's Brad Garlinghouse. But who's on drums? Blockchain backer. He's
great.
like hitting the drums, and man, that is good. It's so good, Jeff. But unfortunately, why do you have to put a copywriting song in there? Funny thing about Twitter is it doesn't matter.
So that we can't play it.
Man.
So we can't play it. That's why they did it. Zachariah. He said, Jeff and Chip, love your videos. If there's any chance you guys are into ice baths, check out my video. Means the world to me. XRP gang for life.
I love
the
ice
baths are awesome.
I've done an ice bath once. I have to see that. Go ahead and post the link on there. Let's check that out.
You might not be able to put. Oh, I don't know if the link will show up.
Did you use
on
the final countdown song too, so we can't play that? Man. So Jeff, everyone think about David Schwartz is he always has these funny tweets, and this one here is a little bit of a tongue twister. I'm going to put this up, and I want you to read this really fast as you can read it. Try to get through it. Ready? You just got to start reading it. You can't look at it and assess it. You just, as soon as it goes on the screen, you read it. Fair? Okay, here we go. You ready?
Read that comment first before you put it up.
Great show, gentlemen. Learned something new again. Great chat with smart people. Night all. Damn right, Sophie. The smartest people. Thank you for stopping in. Really appreciate it. Here it is, Jeff. Ready? 3, 2, 1, read. Dude, you were supposed to read it right away. You were assessing it. You just have to read it, dude.
Okay. One more time.
You're like trying to skim it. You just, as soon as it goes up, you got to read it.
Okay. If Andrew and Drew drew each other, would you say Andrew drew Ann and Drew drew, and Drew drew Ann and Drew Andrew, and Andrew drew and Drew Andrew?
That's really wild, isn't it? To break it down, it's like Drew Drew. It's somewhat of a tongue twister when you got through. Yeah. So if Ann, Andrew, and Drew drew each other, would you say Andrew drew Ann and Drew drew? And Drew drew Ann and Drew Andrew and Andrew drew and Drew Andrew. What the hell is that? Nice. It's too much work. We got 100.
What's the point? And then he had to type all that.
Yeah, I can't even deal with that. It's a lot of
more typing than reading.
And typing, and it's a lot of stuff, Jeff.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. But anyway, we are over, guys, and we have to get out of here. Sophie's always the best one. We always should listen to Sophie because she's always out of here. She's like, I've got an hour and I'm out. And she usually leaves early, but today she didn't. So
we're like, hey, we're gonna hang out. And
hey, we're gonna do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, hey. All right, guys, that's all we have for you guys tonight. Jeff, anything from you? Okay, great. We're out of here. Chip and Jeff.
As always, Chip. Let's go.
Are you down with OT?
Oh, okay. Do you want to say something, Jeff?
I did want to say you guys are the best and the brightest in all of YouTube crypto space. That's why you guys gather with us here 3 times a week, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday, which happens to be today, I believe, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you guys stayed on with us 3 minutes extra. And go back and rewind and check out that Xpectar video again. That was pretty sweet.
Badass. Okay, so I'm going to do it like Gary Gensler, okay? And so now the X besties, okay?
X besties.
We're
not X besties. We're the X besties.
Man. See you guys on the next one. See you Saturday morning. Cheers. Chip and Jeff.
Out. Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.